Hi everyone, how are you all? Today we have with us a very special guest, Miss Shubhangi Gupta. And Miss Shubhangi Gupta is a Gold Microsoft Learn Ambassador, and she is an intern at Wabtec Corporation. And ma'am is an aspiring product manager and an advocate for mental health and diversity and inclusion. And she's an active volunteer in technical communities like Women Tech Makers, Girlscript Foundation, PyLadies Delhi, and Anita Borg Delhi. And she has worked with remarkable NGOs like Goonj and Rotaract Club to help livelihood during disasters and to increase awareness on various issues. So today, ma'am will be talking about opportunities for women in technology, and she'll be sharing her motivational views with us. So now I invite Shubhangi ma'am to take over from here and to continue with the session.
Hi everyone, thank you Manali for that great introduction and thank you IEEE DTU for inviting me here. So I'll be sharing my screen and let me know if it's visible.
You need to add it from share option. It's not visible right now. Shubhangi, your screen isn't visible. You need to share it on the StreamYard and then I'll add it to the screen.
Okay, I think kuch to problem thi.
You can try refreshing, I guess, and then it'll work.
Okay,
Yeah,
is
it's
it
visible now.
visible?
It's visible. I'll add it to the screen. 1 second.
I think there's some problem with my connection. So hi everyone, I'm in tech. I'll be sharing about my journey and telling you how you could also be a woman in tech. I mean, if you're already in an engineering university, you could be a woman in tech, but how to capitalize on all the opportunities that are available to you and all the opportunities that you can grab on and start working on. So I would start with my journey. So I started with GDG and WTM back in 2018. That was the first community event that I ever attended, and that I could say that changed my life. So I would take you through my journey through random collages of pictures and all the communities that I've been a part of. So you can relate more. So this is a montage of all the GDG, WTM in-person events that I have attended till now, and all the opportunities I've got because of them. So I got connected to a lot of Googlers, people from other communities. The best part about Google developer groups is that it comprises of students and developers. So you get exposure to everyone. You can talk to, all the developers present there and the students. So if you go to a community event, what you should definitely do is interact with everyone and anyone who is present there. So this is one of the pictures from the Google office where we did a Women's Day celebration, and this is from the Deaf Fest picture. This is Deaf Fest 18, the first community event that I ever attended. And I was also invited to the Firebase Summit in Mumbai, Pune, and that was because of the GDG WTM events that I had attended. Then we did a CODES event, which was a collaboration between all of the women technical communities like Women WTM, Women in Machine Learning and Data Science, Women Who Code, and it was a great, huge success. It was probably the first event that I attended that had 60 plus women and a few men as well. But the interaction there was very warm. It was different from all the other events that I had attended. So getting involved in a community could be a good way to start your journey in as a woman in technology. And then this is the last picture is from DevFest 19, and we had around 500 people. And this is where I talked to a lot of different people. So since we had 500 people, there were people from California, Google, Mountain View, California, from the main headquarters. I talked to one of the developers there. I'm still in touch with him, so I got a lot of mentoring from him. Then I talked to Google product manager, and that is how I figured that my career should be product management, because for 3 years or 3.5 years of the engineering, I was just trying to figure out what should I do. Should I do web development, Android development, or what? So when I met her, I talked to her, and finally realized that I should be doing product management. So that is about the first community that I was ever a part of. The second community, which is a students or majorly a students community, is the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador community, and it is one of the most amazing communities of developers that I've come across. So these are again some pictures of the time we could attend the in-person event. So I won my first ever hackathon, which was organized by MSPs. Right here, I gave a talk at MLH Share Day and Build Day in my own university, which had 100 plus people. So it was a good exposure for me. The stage exposure was good. The community is very supportive, as you can see here. This is the first ever MLH hackathon in India. And this is when Mike Swift, who is the CEO of MLH, came to India. So only a few people were invited to attend that event. And I would say that I'm privileged enough to be invited to that event. And all these connections somehow tied up to where I am right now. I was, again, interviewed with MLH for some roles, and just, being in the community. If you go to a community event, again, I'm re-emphasizing it, if you go to a community event, don't sit in a corner or be quiet and just say ki matlab dekhna hai kya ho raha hai. If you are going or willing to go to a community event, like even this hackathon, just if they have a Discord channel or Slack, just go there and interact with people who are present there. So you get exposure to the networking, which is really necessary. Even this session, I guess, Seemant, who is the organizer here, approached me through Rishabh, who is a very good connection that I have in the community. So it's important to make connections if you are a part of community and if you want to succeed. The next thing that I'm really proud of is the Gold. I am the Gold I Am Remarkable facilitator. So I Am Remarkable is an initiative which encourages women to self-promote, I would say. So self-promoting is not like bragging. So if you heard my introduction at the starting of the speech and you thought it was braggy or it was too much, I would say that you have a little bias towards women, because self-promotion is a skill which comes back with time, and I could say that some part was definitely left out from that introduction. So I Am Remarkable sessions are a great way if you are shy or finding your own voice. Try to attend one of the I Am Remarkable sessions. It is listed on their website. You can just Google I Am Remarkable, and the first website that shows up, you can find a session for yourself. And mostly these are women only sessions. Sometimes there are men, but you can find a voice for your own self. Like I have like the first session that I ever gave on a stage was an I Am Remarkable session. So that's why it holds a very important place as well. But I found my own voice. I was just like, I have to go out and speak because I have this experience that I have to share. I have this knowledge that I have to share. So if you also think that you have that thing, but you don't have that push, who would put you on a stage, or I would say like a Zoom studio stage or a live stage, you can just attend an I Am Remarkable session or maybe a few of them and find your own voice. So this is about the I Am Remarkable journey. And then one of the most, this is the most amazing community that I've ever been a part of, and it's called Hack Club. I think some of you might have heard about what a Hack Club is, but a Hack Club is a non-profit organization, and they have these student clubs in most colleges, and they provide you grants and anything that you need basically to facilitate a stronger development skill. So I have this hack club. I'm the lead of the hack club in my university, and I have divided this hack club into two parts. The first part is where there are just 6 members, and you can see these 6 members right here. So we are just 6 members, and what we do is meet weekly and discuss our goals and what we have worked on the previous week and how we should move forward, and we advise each other in a very positive manner. So it's very famous that women bring down women, but we don't do that. We uplift each other. And so that's what we do in the hack club. And when we have this a portion of knowledge accumulated with us, we do sessions with other members in our university to share that knowledge. And one member from our club also received a MacBook from Hack Club. So if you don't know what a Hack Club is, you can just Google it, or you can just go to hackclub.com and join a hack club, or at least their Slack. Their Slack is again an amazing place where you can network and communicate with other people. So go ahead and join the Hack Club Slack. So this is about the coding part of my journey. And last year, I founded this mental health startup with a friend. It's called Rahi. So at Rahi, what we have been doing is, since it's been COVID and we've been in lockdown and the mental health situation has been worsening, we created an app for mental health, just to connect you with therapists and psychologists. And we also have a great and amazing supportive community. That is the best part of Rahi. So you can see all these posters here. These are from some community event which we do weekly. So if you ever feel that you're alone, because when we're in a development work, even I'm interning. So, the company has a very limited interaction. It's like, okay, the morning meetings are about what work I have to do, and the evening meetings are about what work I have done. So that gets very, that makes me feel very lonely, or sometimes I'm alone. So Rahi has been a great escape for me. And I hope it could be for you too. So you can just go to rahi.in or our Instagram handle, and you can join these events if you feel like you need someone to talk to and, just be mentally healthy. So that was a brief about my journey. So now coming back to you, how you could find a community or an opportunity for yourself. The first thing that I'd like to say is, because of COVID, things have become really easy. All the community events are happening online. So, you can just join a Zoom room or Google Meet or wherever that event is and be a part of that event. Your parents can't really say like Zoom room is unsafe, you can't travel or anything like that. So being a woman, I understand that's an important issue for us, that we can't travel safely or without permission of a lot of people. So if you can just use this COVID situation to your own benefit, you can just join one of the community events online. You can find these community events. Okay, yeah, that's the second part, where you will find these community events. So you can find them on commoodle.com, which is a website by the GDG Delhi organizer. So commoodle.com is where you can find this, or you can find these on meetup.com, which is again a very popular site to find meetups. Or you can, like for the events like hackathons or something like that, you can just subscribe to, Hack-On Foundation or something. I guess Vihaan DTU is also under Hack-On Foundation. So I can drop the link here in the chat. Just give me a second. I'll do that after in the Q&A part. Okay. So you can join hackathons. Again, hackathons are a way where you can build connections. So that's how I started. I have this rule: if I go to a community event or hackathon, I will go alone. I won't take like 4 of my friends or something, because if I go with friends, that will stop me from interacting with new people. So recently, I also participated in a small hackathon. It was a very small hackathon, and I participated alone, and I made 4 new connections with people all around the world. So that's again a good part of participating in a hackathon or a community event. Just try and go alone and interact with the people who are already present there. And don't be shy. I mean, if you feel shy, just change your name from, if my name is Shubhangi, I'll just change it to something else. In a Zoom call, no one will mind that, right? So for trying it, it's like a good way to, just go ahead and try the community experience if you feel like that. So that's again a good way to do it. So moving on to the next slide. And if you think communities or interacting is not something that you look for because you have a different personality type, you can find internships or companies that match your goal and try to be interactive there. So everyone here, we are all women in technology and we are all here to learn. So our aim is to make connections but also upskill, right? So if you find the correct internship for yourself, you will be able to upskill and create a network for yourself. So you can look for companies on LinkedIn, and if you're in first year or second year, you can intern even throughout your semester. Just keep it as a part-time intern or something, and you can do that. And if you're in third year, I think you would be looking for internships very actively, or your college will be offering that to you. So that's sorted. But for the first and second years, try to do internships throughout the year, maybe small internships. Maybe if you don't want to do a whole technical internship, find a non-tech internship for yourself, content writing or something which aligns to your goal and helps you upskill. So even we at Trahi offer internships, but you can look for anything that matches your interest and also adds to your resume. So if you are doing an internship for free, make sure that it would add to the volunteer part of your resume, and your work is recognized in the place that you're working and the people are good. So if you're doing an unpaid internship, that's the first point. And if you are doing an internship which has a lot of development stuff involved and invests a lot of time, please make sure that you don't do an unpaid internship in that case. So that's about the internships that you can do. And if you have any questions for me, you can drop them in the chat. I know this was a little quick, but there's just like I have a little fever and cold, so I hope you like the presentation. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, so I don't think you have any specific questions till now, but one of the very common questions that I have been asked is, how do I make connections, and how I don't hesitate when I'm speaking about it. Okay, so there is a question. Can you tell about product manager role? Okay, so can you be a little more specific? Like, what is it? Okay, I'll tell you what a product manager is. So in a company, we have a lot of products, right? But we need and there are developers who would be working on that product. But we need someone with a vision who would be controlling how that product goes. So that basically, like in a very wide scope, could be what a product manager is. He or she controls the vision of where the product is going. It could, like, they have to interact with everyone in the team. They have to interact with developers, UI designers, business developers, everything from start to end. They have to take the product from the scratch to somewhere where they want it to. So that's the role of a product manager. Okay, so yeah, so I was telling about the question that I'm usually asked is, how do I network and how do I not hesitate? I mean, to be honest, I'm very introverted and I don't talk a lot about things, but when it comes to community events or the or networking, I'm usually like, there is this other thing in my head which says ki ye to karna hi hai. So if you just try to motivate yourself through any words that you think are positive for you or push you out, just do that, and I just become a different person when I'm interacting. That's a professional environment, right? So just push yourself and try to make connections, because in the end there would be some use for these connections. So you can do that. And yeah, if you're looking for a hackathon or an internship, glad to have answered your question. If anyone has any more questions, you can drop them in the chat. If you're looking for a hackathon, you can participate in Vihaan, which is ongoing, or Hackon, which would be approaching. I'm an organizer there, so you can find me in Discord and approach me there. Or if you're looking for internships, we at Trahi also offer internships, so you can look for that. So you can connect with me here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me on any of these, LinkedIn or Twitter, or you can email me. So thank you, and that was my presentation. So thank you, everyone. Okay, there is another question. How Microsoft hires recent graduates off campus? Okay, so Shivam, you can go to their career sites and there are a few open roles. I think the PM intern role was open just recently, a few days back. I think it would be closed by now, but you can go there and look for the roles. And if you know anyone in Microsoft who's currently working, just go ahead and ask for a referral. So asking for a referral should be really open. If you know someone who's working at the company, just go ahead and ask them for a referral. But how do they hire? They'll just, if you are applying for a SD role, you'll have to do a coding test. Like there are 4 or 5 level rounds coding test. There is group discussion. There is a SD interview. Then there is an HR interview. So there are like 4 or 5 rounds, and you can find more about it on Geeks for Geeks and read about it online. So we'll just take a minute more and see if there are any more questions. Okay, so if you are a woman in tech, I hope you got something productive from this session and useful, and you'll be able to use it. And this is just a slide. If you want to screenshot it, you can do it. I use it most of the time to motivate myself, and I usually look for collaborations in anything that I do. Okay, so there's this is post graduation required for building career in machine learning. No, Bhanupriya, the post graduation is not required, but I know people who usually go for post graduation after, like if they want to pursue machine learning and data science. But it's not very necessary. I mean, some companies do require it, but if you have been working on it from your first year or second year, and if you have that amount of experience, I think you would be good to go. Just find internships or scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships open in machine learning and data science. So just look for them online. You can also go to the site which is called uasit.com, and you'll be able to find a lot of opportunities there, even scholarships. So yeah, you can look for it there. So yeah, any more questions? So I guess that's it from my side. Thank you for inviting me here, Manali and Seemant and team of Vihaan.
Thank you, ma'am. So, like, if there are any questions, then you people can ask, or otherwise, I'll start with the vote of thanks. So, I don't think there are any more questions, so I will start with the vote of thanks. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Manali Viswas from IEEE DTU, and I would like to thank our guest speaker, Ms. Shubhangi Gupta, for visiting and enlightening us with her knowledge. And today's webinar was full of enlightening information and insights on the various communities, tech communities for women. And I am pretty sure that the precious knowledge that Shubhangi ma'am has given us will definitely help all everyone in their future projects and endeavors. And once again, I would like to thank Shubhangi ma'am for taking out time from her busy schedule and enlightening us with so much of knowledge. Thank you so much. And I would also like to thank IEEE DTU for giving us this opportunity to organize this webinar. And I also want to thank Mr. Seemant Agarwal for the streaming and coordination of this webinar. Also, thank you to all those present here for being such an attentive and interactive audience. If you like the webinar, please like, comment, and share the video. And I would end my speech here. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Manali. Thank you, Seeman, for this amazing opportunity. Looking forward to interacting with you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And there is another question, like if you want to take you.
Okay, so is it true that Microsoft recently approaching those who are going to join Microsoft? For the student ambassador program, if you're talking specifically, if you are connected to any gold student ambassadors or even beta student ambassadors, you can approach them to get a referral. That won't guarantee your admission into the program, but it will definitely have a edge. That will give you an edge, but it won't guarantee your admission. Your application is the primary focus of anyone who's selecting the student ambassadors. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer.
Thank you.